What's happening, GottGame people? It's me, Steve Masters. We're here at the Ubisoft video game presentation. They're going to show all their summer and fall releases. Ubisoft is famous for all the Tom Clancy games, Rayman, and you might remember Prince of Persia. Well, let's check out what they're going to show us today. Hey, now we're here with Eric Lowe. We're going to check out his game, Naruto. Give us a little background on the game.
Sure, well this game is called Naruto Rise of a Ninja. It's the first game developed for Xbox 360. It's being developed from the ground up, and it's an action-adventure combination with RPG. So it's a pretty interesting game, the first of its kind for Naruto.
Single player, multiplayer?
It has a single-player story mode as well as a multiplayer version that can be played online as well as off.
It's an action game, but it plays like an RPG. Explain that to us.
Yeah, so the gameplay itself is comprised of two parts. There's the RPG element where you can roam Konoha Village, take on side missions, talk to NPCs, as well as more of an action-adventure element where you can take these missions and leave the village, which involves a lot of fighting, traveling to different lands, to new places. We've recreated the actual village from the anime here, Konoha Village, and mapped out a lot of the key buildings and environments. And you can roam in 3D and jump around, and you can play this against friends or online against people on Xbox Live as well.
And now, we're on GottGame TV. What's your name?
Nate Mordo, brand manager for Ubisoft.
And tell us a little bit about Haze.
As you can see, if you want to take a peek afterwards, it's going to be set in South America. The idea is you're this new recruit for the Mantle Army, which is kind of a private military corporation that is sort of the government has outsourced military functions to these private corporations who you're a recruit for. And you've got really what we think is kind of the secret sauce for this game is, this nectar and the nectar abilities that you get. So some of them are, so you take this nectar and you can pick out your enemies better, or it gives you a foresight on, if someone throws a grenade or if there's some danger around the corner, it gives you a heads up and you know when to back away. There's also, it sort of focuses your vision, so, the things on your periphery become more blurred and the center of your vision, is more focused. So it helps your gameplay, and it helps, I think, fight your enemies better, of course, but your enemies know how to use it against you, so that's kind of the trick, is that it gives you a lot of strengths, but there's also some weaknesses behind it. And
a multiplayer game, or?
Yeah, so it's a single-player campaign, and we've got a 4-player co-op, which we're showing here, which is never been done before in a game. You can play the entire single-player campaign in co-op mode, either online or split screen, which is really cool, and there'll also be other sort of standard multiplayer modes.
I was reborn.
Oh yeah, let's talk a little bit of Assassin's Creed. We got the producer of the game here. Tell us a little bit about this title.
So, it's Assassin's Creed. You play an assassin called Altair, and your mission is to track down and assassinate key guys who are causing the Third Crusade to be worse. So, worse for the population, and amongst this crazy medieval warfare, you track the guys down and you take them out one by one, but what you realize along the way is that there's something else that works, that they're kind of tied together in a bigger conspiracy.
Is it set in a certain time period? It looks like maybe back in time.
Yeah, it takes place during the Third Crusade, so 1191, and it's historically accurate. We've actually recreated the Holy Land as it existed at the time. So Jerusalem, Damascus, Acre, 3 huge cities that are like the size that they actually were at the time, all the kingdom in between, plus the assassin stronghold, and you'll actually assassinate historical figures who died that year.
Third-person action game, or?
Yes.
Multiplayer?
No multiplayer.
So it's a single-player game?
It is a single-player game, yeah. I mean, what we've tried to do with this game is really deliver on the promise of Next Gen. It's the first Next Gen only franchise, and it's based around gameplay that wouldn't have been possible before. So the things that we're delivering on is huge crowds. We have over 150 people that can be on screen with their own AI, and not just walking around doing interesting things, like actually reacting, creating consequences, creating gameplay. We also created in these cities the ability to go absolutely anywhere. The character has a street style of moving around that's based on free running. It's like skateboarding without a skateboard. Any building that you see, you can climb up, you can jump from rooftop to rooftop, you own the whole city. So if you climb to the top of, like, let's say, a famous cathedral in Jerusalem, you look across the city and you see another landmark there, you can actually choose your own path. The whole city is open. Get there and climb up to there. So the whole place is interactive.
So a lot of the movements kind of like Prince of Persia, sort of like that?
Well, he does have a lot of acrobatic skills, but the style is not Prince of Persia. It's much more, it's really based on free running. So it's much more of like the street style of moving, less acrobatic, less, it's realistic.
What consoles will the game be available on?
Assassin's Creed is available on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 later in 2007.
Great. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
Not only do you get to see all the new video games that didn't come out in like 3 months, 5 months, a year, but they give you free food too. What's that, Steve? It is a, I don't know, it's got meat in it, it looks like, it's some lettuce.
What do you give it? Thumbs up or down?